Welcome to the video. Before we begin, if not already, please take a moment to subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And click the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload. Comment your little heart out. And most of all, please enjoy. Now back to the video. Funny story, I recently did a review for an Android media box. In my email conversations, it turned out I was talking to two different companies. So I thought I was agreeing to review one where I in fact agreed to review two. They're two different ones. So here's the other one. This is the Monsterbox. We've seen devices like these, especially on this channel. In case you're unfamiliar with these, it's a device that lets you hook up to your TV that gives you access to movies, TV shows, and live TV. Cord cutters love these. Monsterbox, again, 6K. I have no way of testing this, but I'm sure it'll be fine. The X1 Max, Monsterbox media player. So let's unbox it. First, the usual suspects: dual band Wi-Fi, 4 gig RAM, 128 gigabytes of RAM. I guess that's storage. Over the air and H.265 video codec. Man, the vacuum on these things. Okay. It's certainly a more refined design. Alright, I live for this. Oh yeah. Love this stuff. Yes! Okay. I'm seeing a lot of similarities to the Superbox, which I just did. Got the two wire remote, the two antennas. Let's see what's so fancy here. Power, gonna need that. Cable, I'll throw it on the pile. And remote, Monsterbox remote. And voila. Okay, another one. Oh yeah. All right, very identical remote to Superbox. And minimal documentation, which these things are usually pretty easy to set up. To set up, just plug it into your HDMI port, put batteries in the remote, and connect it to your Wi-Fi. That's pretty much it. And if you click down here, you have multiple ways of contacting customer service in case you have an issue. You have all these apps available to you, and you can probably load a few more. There's a built-in speed test. I'm not sure what the little rocket ship. Just kind of a cleanup to help speed up the system. I get it now. That's why there's a little rocket ship. Here you have typical Android system settings. This is how you watch media on different formats. Local memory is on the device itself, which looks a lot like a typical Android phone. You can plug in USB thumb drives, and you can watch movies on it the same way. Actually has a handy little preview. The network neighborhood, I'm actually able to access network devices. This is where I store my movies. Never gets old.
Abused, shit on, used as a human shield, then come work for me.
Sometimes it's a little awkward to get to other parts of the screen, so you have to switch through cursor mode, which gives you a little pointer and you have this little directional keypad. I would get a Bluetooth mouse to go with this, just to make this easier, but it's there if I want it. Something weird happens when I try to use the Disney Plus app. It makes me update it, but it's not compatible with this device. So it's gonna lose a point for that. YouTube works, Pluto works. There's no Hulu. There's actual little games on here too, which I am not good playing with this little remote. Whole bunch of different applications and games on here that I've yet to scratch the surface on this. There is a browser, but frankly, browsing on this thing is kind of a pain and a redundancy when you have a phone in your hand. And that's all I have to say about that. It's a nice looking device. It's more styled than most of the other devices I've reviewed. I use this back in my home office where I don't have a TV, but I do have a spare monitor. It's got a micro SD slot and 2 USB ports for additional media storage. and a clock, which who doesn't love a clock? Thousands of movies and TV shows. If you can't find something or you don't want to spend an hour scrolling, which I've done, you can search. Live TV has multiple regions, and if you miss a program, you can watch or rewatch it up to a week later. Did somebody say sports? Yeah, I did just now. Weren't you listening? ESPN, Fox, Bally Sports, multiple channels of NBA, NFL, MLB, NCAAF, NHL, and several more acronyms. No subscription. It's a one-time payment of $299 currently. Link is in the description. I did run into some occasional buffering. Turned out to be I was too far from the Wi-Fi. It gets better with a solid signal, and even better when I'm hooked up with the Ethernet cable. But in my current situation, I don't want to run an Ethernet cable from here all the way to my living room with the router, so I'm stuck with the Wi-Fi and some buffering. Granted, my signal strength back here sucks. So you do have the option to use an Ethernet connection, but you lose flexibility where you can use it. Also, a couple of times it locked up and I needed to unplug it from the wall to reboot it. I've had this happen on the other box, but all that was fixed with a software patch, so this I'm not too worried about. The Monsterbox is 3Bs. It should be a great cord-cutting option, lots of content, most of it's stable, but some persistent buffering really hurts the final score. Picture aspect ratios occasionally look weird. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, the usual YouTube stuff. This is the Newbie, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles.